Coming up on Full Sail Live, the NBA playoffs first round is wrapping up. We'll update you on who's staying in the bubble playoffs or who's packing their bags going home. Later, as we take a trip on the mothership, we'll head out to the west side, the best side, and catch up on some training camp action. Then, we'll step in the octagon to report and not to fight. And we'll see the results of last night's fight. Bubble, football, fight. The show starts now. Welcome to Full Sail Live. Ricardo Hicks here, and we have a great show for you tonight. We have NBA bubble playoff action. We have the NFL training camp, and we have a good old-fashioned UFC fight. And I will give you my take on an issue that's affecting us all coming up later on the show. But first, the NBA playoffs are handing out airplane tickets to teams who are not advancing. So let's go ahead and dive into see which teams are going to be fighting for that window seat. All eyes was on Giannis Antetokounmpo as he led his Milwaukee Bucks to close out the game against the Orlando Magic. The Greek Freak in his dominance had a double-double with 28 points and 17 rebounds. But the story of the game is the Bucks' plan after the boycott of Game 5 just a few days ago in wake of the shooting of an unarmed black man, Jacob Blake, in Wisconsin. Giannis explains more about things being bigger than basketball.
The NBA allows us to do that, and the NBA helps us with that. Going back to Jacob Blake's father, I watched his interview. It was funny, it was touching. As I said, as much as he said that we, did something for him, we impact their lives in a way. I think that family impact our lives. In the 4 or 5 hours we stayed in the locker room.
We'll start off in the fourth quarter as the Lakers are up by 7 with almost 4 minutes to go of Game 5 in the first round. This game proved the dominance of the Lakers with Anthony Davis having 43 points and 9 rebounds. But Mr. Triple-Double LeBron James finished with 36 points, 10 boards, and 10 assists. With the win, the Lakers advanced to the Western Semis on a date with either the Houston Rockets or the Oklahoma City Thunder. After the game, James talked about the betterment of the team and the respect of the Blazers.
Well, we got better. We got better throughout the course of this series. We knew we were coming into a series with versus a hot Portland team that was playing probably the best basketball inside the bubble along with Phoenix. So, we wanted to just come in and try to work our game, get better and better as the games went on, as the series went on, and I believe we did that. So we have an opportunity right now to kind of, decompress just a little bit and wait for our next opponent, and then at the same time continue to understand how important voting is.
Coming up after the break, the 5-time Super Bowl champions, the San Francisco 49ers, are active in their training camp. We'll see what new things are happening on their team. Then, light heavyweight fight between Anthony Smith and Alexander Ratchet in UFC Fight Night. We'll see who took the W, who took the L, right after this. Welcome back to the show. As we have landed in California, we're going to take a look at the San Francisco 49ers training camp. And of course, after their Super Bowl 54 loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, we'll look at what they have been cooking up since being back on the field. The 49ers are looking to bounce back from their disappointing loss in Super Bowl 54. Their main focus is the offense surrounding Jimmy Garoppolo with protection and more weapons. They have acquired Jordan Reed and Trent Williams, 2 former Washington players, to help the quarterback. But the biggest transaction was the contract extension of George Kittle. Jimmy G explains more his happiness for Kittle.
I'm so happy for George. He's one of those guys. It's well earned. He deserves every bit of that contract, and you just gotta. You're happy for a guy when it happens like that. Just you see everything the guy's been through. Coming from Iowa, being a late round pick, and making the most of it. And I'd love to have him on my team, and I love his shirt game too.
In 2019, George Kittle had a great year, racking up 85 catches for over 1,000 yards, adding 5 touchdowns, providing a great help for Jimmy G. Now add in Jordan Reed, who when he is healthy can provide great help for the offense, and Trent Williams protecting Jimmy G's blind side. We'll see how the 49ers fare out when the season starts in 2 weeks. Mike Tyson once stated, "Every man has a plan until he gets hit." Well, someone needs to go and talk to Anthony Smith about that, because I'm pretty sure he had a plan against Alexander Ratchet, but I don't think he executed that plan very much. As the fight began, it seems from the time it started, Ratchet was too much for Smith, having a knockdown over Smith, throwing and landing more strikes than Smith, basically seeing that Anthony was in a league that he shouldn't have been in, and Ratchet was just too much for him. In the end, Ratchet won with a decision and improved his record to 13-2. I know everything has been going on with sports because of the shooting of Jacob Blake in Wisconsin. Only thing I'm going to say is we definitely need to do better. Not just in the sports world, but everywhere. As a black man myself, and where I grew up at, I see that kind of things all the time. So my prayer for everyone is that let's do this together. Let's pray to get justice for Jacob Blake and justice for Breonna Taylor. Once again, my name is Ricardo Hicks. Y'all have a great night.